Welcome back to WIP Wednesdays, Wowwy'z Workshop, and I'm Wowie. It's my nickname. I couldn't say Larry when I was little. Anyways, I'm just kidding. How y'all doing? Yo, the clan is rolling in right off the bat, folks. The comments. And please, if you're watching, join the comments section. It's really fun. People are live talking back and forth. Tribe talk. How am I doing here? You might notice me wearing the old 2B1V symbol, guys. It's our bat symbol. So much in that symbol, and I'll tell you more why I had to wear that today. But everybody's just rolling in. We got RC Peters in the house. We got the electric whittler in the house. Happy Curmudgeon Carving is here. Jane, our sister, Kindred Spirit is here. Woodchucker Chainsaw Carver is here. My goodness, Pen on Fire is here. He just rolled in. How you doing, Sean? Much love to you, sir. I know you're really struggling, man. Lots of people that Wowie loves in this family and tribe that are struggling right now, guys. You know, yeah, it's the Batman. It's our Batman symbol. And when in our lighthouse, this is what shines out of the lighthouse light. Everybody's rolling in. All the good people are here. So hello. So I got a couple things on the go here today, guys. We're going to do a little bit of talking. We're going to do some tribe mail. Because as you may have seen on the title there, we got a box. And I decided this time, Simon's been so patient and so awesome about it, because you guys know I do something video-wise each time when we get a package. And it's just their time to shine, right? I feel very strongly about being able to support my fellow artists and giving them, a show and showing their work and stuff. And it just means a lot to us. It means a lot to Wowie, I can tell you that much. So I was talking to Simon and I said, would you mind me doing it live? Like, I know it's on a tribe mail video, but what I'm going to do is afterwards, after it's up in the Hall of Creation. Where the frick does that come from? But yes, when it's up in the Hall of Creation, I'm going to make a little follow-up video showing it, and then showing Simon's work and talking about Simon and his unique, very cool style, and make a little. It'll be a tribe mail video, but an after the fact tribe mail video, follow-up video of the live video. Okay, so that's what we're doing to do today, and some power carving. I got a couple watchers blocked out there. I tell you guys, last episode, if you remember, we made a watcher, right? And that was fun. Look at that. I worked a little bit more, and I like how this flares out. So I want to do all of them from here on in, and then you go really deep back on either side here and make a neck. It's holding a crystal, and you leave a little foot, right? You leave a little foot there so it sits better. That's the reason why I decided to do that thing with that little foot. But yes, we made that watcher last time. Sorry, I just get a rambling, a jambling. Hot damn. But we really care about our watchers, and I want to start banging them off in this. This was the 8-inch version, and I want them to make them as gifts for the tribe members, because the watcher is what we're all about here. The Two Brothers, One Vision. It's about protection and family and support and all sorts of stuff. All sorts of the good stuff, folks. So I got a couple blanks, and after doing this one, like, I've made a couple watchers in my time, but after doing this one, in my mind I was going through, how can I do this? How can I speed this up? Like, how can I cut all these steps out, right? And with utilizing my Kutzall burrs, and just that was the main focus in my mind. Once I was locked in on the design and I liked the design, it was all about, okay, next time how can I just do this really quickly, right? By using the burrs and the shapes of them and stuff. And I've got a way quicker way, because Because last time we did one over the last live, right? We did this. But I think I could bang one off in probably maybe 15, 20. So maybe we'll do some power carving there after we work on Little Miss. Bing! And when I made a short, folks, and it was in regards to the fine tuning of Bing. Like you can see that there's some white in the back there. That's hardened super glue. She has cracks in her. This is like one of the hardest woods I've ever carved, which makes it why it's taken so long. But I went in there with, I used 2-part PC woody. No. This stuff here, 2-part PC woody. It's going to be backwards to you guys, I'm sorry. But it has a light wood color, and they say it's stainable, but it's not. It never jives exactly with the wood, right? What you're doing, but it will take a stain. But anyways, I use that on the more smaller surface cracks on her face, but in the back of her mouth there was a couple chunks that kind of fell out, and it's like she's actually got a bunch of hollow cavities in her. There's cracks, and I can see inside. Like right, see that crack? You can see right inside in there. It's hollow, but yes, Bing has already been drilled because she's a lamp. Oh, guys, if you're not familiar with this whole project, stick around. Stick around. Be entertained, learn a little bit, have some real talk, some real talk, the kind of stuff that people should be talking about in this fricked up world. But yes. So you use super glue, you use super glue and use baking soda, baking powder, and you put the super glue in, get it all nice and level with in the holes and the cavities that you want to fix, and then bam, I got this little tiny spoon. I'll show you. That little spoon, they call them salt spoons. I always thought they were like, but we're not going to talk about that. But yeah. Just these little cute little spoon, right? So I use my little spoon and tap the baking soda on the glue, and it hardens it rock hard. And I do that with electroforming on our jewelry, but it's a great way to harden and fix something, a cavity that because we're going to paint the black in the back of the throat and a little red tongue in there. So that's all going to be covered. So it don't matter that it's white right now. Jesus, man, that's what I'm trying to say. What is going on here? Who have I missed? I'm sorry, I'm just going. Dad Carves is here. How you doing, brother? With the Wowwy'z, with the Geordie spelling. That's what that is. Woodchucker chainsaw carver. That's a good method for fixing plastic. Yes. Hey, Steven Zest Carvings is here. Hello, brother. I got your stickers on my wall and on my carving box. Yes. Welcome. From Trees to These just rolls in. Hello from Trees to These. So, my goodness, we got a good batch in here tonight. Ow! Joe! LaRue! Here, guys. He's always with us. And I just want to do a shout out before we get going in here. I think I'll do the tribe mail part first before we get all dirty and messy and making lots of noise, right? But I want to do a shout out to my brother. That's why I'm wearing the shirt today. And it's also why I'm wearing the hook, the copper hook. Can you see that against my black? It stands for hope. Because all of Darren's pendants that he makes, his copper creations, they all have a meaning assigned to them. And the hook is hope. Because I've just been praying non-stop, you guys, that something happens for him, that he gets feeling better. Because there still has been no answers. And we're just left in limbo. And the doctors don't know, nobody knows. Nobody knows yet. He feels like he's in the pits of despair and his body is dying and he's in serious amounts of pain all through his insides. And it's People don't understand, man. People just don't understand. And my heart breaks for that kid. I'd do anything to help him, to fix him. I would. Literally anything. And he just can't get out of this. We can't find out the root reason. But he has so many medical complications that it could be all of them and just everything that's happened to him. And just how he's feeling in the result of it all, right? So yes, you guys keep Darren. His name is Darren Dibb. Please keep him in your prayers and thoughts. And I know collectively, the Creator hears us louder when there's three or more prayers. It said in the Bible that 3 voices together. Yeah, man, it's hard. I wear a mask here. I wear a mask because I learned how to wear it because of my own chronic pain that I live with, and a lot of you guys know about that. And so you have to learn to be smiling when you're suffering, right? And so I've learned to do that. I've been effed up since 2005, so I've had a lot of time to learn how to wear a fake happy mask, right? And that's what I've been doing with my brother. I've been out here and I've been doing my best and keeping our vision strong and our voices loud, and yet inside I'm broken inside, worrying about him, missing him. I miss him dearly. So that's why I'm wearing the hook and our symbol today, guys. I love you, brother. I love you. Kutzall Edit says run. How you doing, Kutzall? Mark D. Maker is here. Hello, Mark. How are you doing, brother? That's awesome. Thank you for popping by. Well, we go out of sovereignty and in control. It will be okay. Chin up. Thank you. Thank you. That's the kind of vibe we need here right now, you know? Yeah. Truly need it. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to move you so you can see a bit better here. And then we're going to start talking about this little package. What could be in this little package, you ask? Well, damn. Can I go back a bit? Jesus. So, as a lot of you folks know, I am an admin, a very proud administrator for the carving group on Facebook called Kindred Spirits Wood Carvers. Okay? And we're a family. We're a tribe. That's why you always see me going tribe strong everywhere and hashtagging and whatnot, right? Our family is just such a collective group of awesome people and really, really good souls. It's very, very funny how the wood carving community are all of these kind of, you know, battered up old souls that are just really, really good hearts, and we all come together because we have this weird love for wood spirits, and we ended up finding each other. And I have to use the pirate flag in my tribe mail and stuff because kind of feel like a rowdy bunch of pirates, but we're very, very tight, like a wolf pack. And I met Simon through this woodworking group, and we become friends. We talk quite a bit, don't we, Simon? And he saw at one time I posted pictures. I think it might have been Tim Wright when Tim sent me one of his woodies, or it could have been. It was one of them. It's on the tip of my tongue. But when Simon saw the little video I made of hanging it up in the Hall of Creation. Yes, the Hall of Creation, folks, where a lot of my very special pieces go. There's a couple up in the studio too, on the staging wall and on my special displays, but most of them go in the Hall of Creation, and we're going to see that Hall of Creation later. So stay here, stay put. I will entertain you. Maybe you'll be mad by the end of it, but you're going to be entertained. So I met Simon that way, and he said he wanted to send me something. I was like, "Are you sure, sir?" Because he's in Germany, and One of the reasons why me and Simon kind of click is because we have these weird, different types of styles that are a little bit out of the norm, right? When it comes to our creations, I'll just say. And he uses lots of runes, lots of ancient symbols. I really, really love his work. It's very, very funky and cool. Plus, he's a really great power carver and carver, just carver. It doesn't really matter which method, because I do believe he does some knife and whittle work too. But we're all kind of like, we come from that carving fusion world where we all started, for all of us OGs, and we all learned to fuse. It's a fusion of tools, right? It's a fusion of tools, and we all kind of use the same ones. And for me, I'm a proud Kutzall affiliate. Check out the links in the basement. Oh, God. I'm just kidding. Well, I know we are, but I'm just being an ass. Okay? Hey, Grumpy is here. How you doing? And Mark Tries to Carve rolls in. Hello, Mark. Grumpy. Yes. I was wondering where you guys were. So yes, I got the box from Simon, from Germany, you guys. So let's see what's in the little case, shall we? Yeah, Simon is really, really, he has that unique kind of taste for funky wood, and that's how Darren and I are too, with burls and just oddities, right? My favorite types of wood to use and carve are oddity woods, you know, like these weird ass things that you'll never see again. You know, in a forest of trees that are sticking straight up and down, and all of a sudden you come across this weird. Gotta cut that down and make art out of it. And Simon's that kind of man. He's always looking for the funky, cool, strange woodland findings. I hope I'm doing okay. He chose right when he was gonna. When you tape this bad boy up, you use duct tape. He's my kind of man, right? All the way from Germany. Black Scorpion is here. Hello, technician. Hello. Guess I am a bit of a technician. A tick-tock. Wishing. So, I think that's gonna pop it open. And yes, Simon. And he'll use, like, you know, incorporate rock and other things, you know, have things dangling, like Darren and I do. Darren likes to, like, you know, drill a hole through a rock and then, you know, make an eye hook, and then, we make all sorts of stuff. Two brothers, one vision does. Okay, jokey. Oh man, even the print on the newspaper is funky and cool, right? From Germany. So we got some Ratzo Romberbraten at 149 a center billig. We've also got some Guten Gunsink grilled Nasken steaks. You! Well, that's going to be backwards now. Backwards German. How's that for something to try and read? Okay, guys. My goodness. So I can tell right now, I always do this thing where I go through the paper and turf that and get it out. So I don't ever mix anything, right? Because I'm the same way. When I'm sending folks things, I'm always tucking weird shit in there. So you gotta check. And when this is all over, I'm gonna look through those again because that was fun. My wife actually learned it. Her favorite band is Rammstein. How's that, Simon? My wife's favorite band is Rammstein, and she's went basically all over the world to, well, Paris and other places. She's went to see them, and she learned German on an app on her phone. Spooky Dooby did. Okay, guys. So this first one, is this okay, light? Is that better for the show and tell? And I thank you guys for watching. I know it's not very, very fun seeing some idiot receive gifts from, you know, people you don't know or whatever if you're just going by. But stick around. This is a good place. You're gonna have a good time. Okay. The first thing that he has sent, Mr. Simon Breeds. Oh, neat. So, speaking of, oh, that's a neat little one. Almost looks like a fat little finger. Look at that little oddity. A little round. And look at this one. Again, it's another one. Look at, these things look like little eyes. This is round. The bottom. Look at, it's all round. That is so neat, dude. Oh, you can do all sorts of things. A little eye. You can make a little person out of them, like they're wearing a little cape and a helmet. Yo! Yo! Thank you. I love this stuff. I love it. Oh, goodness. Goodness sakes, guys. Oh, man. I hope I can do this without any injury. I think I got her figured here. If I just do it. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna cut her open, right? There's a lot of tape on there. So, as I'm talking about this, crazy stuff going on in the world, you guys. Crazy UFOs are being seen everywhere. And now, I'm sure you guys have heard that there's this talk about this comet, in brackets, in quotes, comet, that's coming, called 3I Atlas. Now, this thing originally was going to go past Mars, I believe, and then it changes its directory. It changed, you guys. Comets don't do that, and it's also fluctuating in speed. That thing's coming towards us, and there's already people talking. This thing called Project Bluebeam a long time ago, and it's wrapped again with, oh my goodness. I have never had a package wrapped so well, sir. Oh my goodness. So that thing's coming towards us. They're saying that it's going to be close to us in November. And there's already people talking about, oh, this could be a hostile thing, right? But there's been talk of a thing called Project Bluebeam. And that was where there was going to be a PSYOP event where they use an extraterrestrial event as this incoming danger, okay? My goodness. And to make everybody, get all wrapped up and pay money into military reasons and get everybody scared, okay? And even Jeremy Corbell, who is a filmmaker and a UFO investigator, he said about 6 months ago that this was going to happen. And he said, be aware that this is not real. And he said, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. And literally, like, within 6 months of him saying that on an interview, this happens. So, I don't know what's happening, but this is really, really strange times, dude. 2025 has been the craziest year of all of our lives. Okay, I got it open, my God. I am sorry about that. Oh, okay, ready? Here we go, guys. Oh, man. Oh, its hair is... Look at this. Look at this wood spirit, you guys. Is this light any... Can you see? And the hair is like shimmery. It has a shimmer to it. Maybe if I... Here, let me try a couple things here. Do this. And do this towards us. It is so cool. You guys, can you see it? Signed, Simon Breeds. And I love these, you know, driftwood, or however you found it, but the holes, right? You know what I'm saying? That is so cool, dude. Thank you very much, Simon. I love this, man. Oh, and he made a hanger hole? Yes. So we can go in there. I'm thinking at the end of this that we go rogue, you guys. We go rogue and we go and we hang this bad boy up in the Hall of Creations. I'll grab this thing. We'll drag it out there into the house. You know? Why not? Why not end this live that way? Jesus. Sorry. Sorry for swearing. Don't like saying that Lord's name in vain, but that is so cool, man. Well, we'll be getting better shots to show everybody, because like I said, I want to make a little video with it up on the wall. Let's make sure that that's gonna, yep, that's gonna lay flat. Yep, I won't have any surprises when it comes time to hanging it. So I lost all my viewers after that opening. That is so cool, man. Thank you very much, Simon, from Germany. Look at the collection that we got, guys. It is freaking awesome. I'm so humbled by all of the kindness that's happened through this wood carving community. It's just, well, you know, if I start going on about it, I'm going to start crying. Yes, you guys are my family. You guys really are. Oh, man. Oh. Yes. He's here. I love his eyes, how you did that. There's always ways, you know, of using the shape of the burr, and then I'm sorry you can't. Maybe if I, no. I'll get really good pics and be posting them and tagging him. And if you're not part of Kindred Spirits, become Facebook friend Wowie. Find me and hit us up at Kindred Spirits, man. If you're a carver, it's an amazing group and family. This has got stippling. I'm sorry, but I'm a wood geek. This is, I believe that's called stippling. Really, really beautiful. Hey, thank you, bro. I love that shimmering hair. Blue is my favorite color. You couldn't have picked a better piece, dude. Okay, I gotta put this safe. My goodness, I gotta keep this safe. Okay. Whew! Thank you, Simon. Let me just see what are we going here? Have I missed anything? Black Scorpion. Not Human is here. Hello, Not Human. Look like an Adzuku carvings. Those are cool. Maybe you did over the pack. Yes, you packed it like it was made of fragile crystal. I love it. I tend to do it too. I go a little bit crazy in the old packing. Thank you, Simon. Mark D. Maker would like to know what kind of paint that is. The green part. The color is blue glitter powder. Oh, cool. Awesome work, Simon, says Mark. Yes, I'm going to hit the old loves here. Ding, ding, ding. A little ding, 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 ding. And a little more. Ding, 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 ding. Yo! How about one of these ones? Ding, 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 a ding, ding, ding. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, got to hit the 100%. Whoa! Yo! Thank you, Simon. That's freaking wicked, man. I'm sorry it took me so long. I just always want to make sure that the people get their proper shout out, man. And this one is for you. You're a great man. You're a great creator. And that's very, very kind of you to do that. And you are now on a list. Whether you like it or not, you're on a Wowie list. You're on a Two Brothers One Vision list. And you'll see something come back your way. I guarantee that. Okay, guys. Next part is dealing with Miss Bing. Now, Miss Bing is to a point. I was telling you that I got the face cracks filled. Well, I guess you don't. You're tired of watching me and my dumb butt. So we're gonna go and talk about Bing. Maybe I can get some of my viewers back. Sorry that it took me so long. Let me just have a drink of water here before I pass out on live TV. That's really cool, Simon. Thank you, man. Well, you have no idea, dude. It made me happy as an understatement. I'm thinking maybe one of these will be coming to Germany at a time. And it'll take me a while, because I have a list already of quite a few amazing folks on it. But you can ask a few people here. Does Wowie come through? I'll just leave that to ... Does Wowie come through? Question mark. Bing! So, this is the better setup. Sorry about the lighting. Here we go. Better light setup. So Bing has all of these little cracks filled. Katie bought some new stuff called gouache paint. And it's kind of like a mixture of acrylic and watercolor. Well, it's an acrylic paint that you can blend, because acrylic paints are notorious for not being, really hard to blend. Like once you get it on the canvas or whatever. Acrylic paint is. It's very thick, right? So we got this stuff called gouache, and we're gonna try that. But on the spots where I used that 2-part PC woody, like right there, you can see a couple spots there on her eyebrow, see where it's a lighter color. So those are the spots that got the PC woody, all in different little spots. And I just wanted to fill everything. I'm not painting her face. The face will be left, because you guys got to see, man. Look at the spit test. Watch this. Look at Bing's true colors. These rich reds. I'll do it again. Watch. So I'm thinking when it's time, we'll use something, maybe an oil or maybe there's this citrus stuff that you can use, but something to make Bing her colors truly shine. But of course the cloak is all going to be painted, because I would leave the cloak and just try and dye this, because there's a couple different wood dyes. I have analog dye, and there's also, you can use like tattoo paint and water it down, and you can use that to paint wood, and it's a really good way. Jordy has done that quite a bit. So I could have done that, and I wanted to in a lot of the ways, because there's a lot of cool grain in Bing, right? But I had to redo a whole section of her. This was all rotted, and there was a deep cavity. So that's why I can't leave her. That's why I can't leave her wood. I guess I could have and tried to paint this to match, and then have the moss running up and stuff. I could maybe hide it that way, but I just decided that I'm going to paint the cloak, and then of course all of the crystals and everything coming out of her, right? But I'm going to leave the face. I don't want to paint the face and paint like at first I was thinking maybe paint the face and then paint, pink on the cheeks, kind of make it like a light wood color. But the more I've looked at her and the more more time I've put into this piece, you become almost like you're like attached to the thing in some weird way. I don't know how to explain that, but you become attached. So, I know already there's some problem spots, some maker's marks on her, and down here on the back, there's a couple folds here that I don't like. I haven't gotten here to this spot yet to round everything. Each section of fold in the robe, you have to round each side after you cut them in, right? To make it round and not blocky and sharp. But right in here, there's a couple spots that are still blocky and sharp that are just bugging me. And even though it's on the back of her, you don't even see it. That stuff bugs me. It just doesn't feel done in my head, right? So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to carve those and just round them a little bit there. And then sanding, and then just go around. And I thought, why not try this thing out? Matt Carves has this. Oh, and shout out to Matt Carves, you guys. He's taking some time off because his little dog is not well. And I've just had him in my heart all day. So much love to you, Matt. And I hope everything is okay with your pup. That's sad. You know, been thinking about stuff like that, you know, mortality-wise more and more. Because my little dog is 12, and she's got a bad eye. That's actually, she's blind in one eye now. I just might as well say it. It's the truth. So, yeah, you start thinking about the, you know, people and animals and everything. I'm getting older, and the inevitability of what always comes. And it's just, yeah, man, it sucks getting old. I tell you. So Matt Cars always uses these, and I saw it on his channel through that little pad, right? So I'm gonna try it out. You put it onto your. I'm gonna put it onto the same machine that I have my sandy mandrel on. Bing, this one. And it's set on low, and that should, as far as I know, these things, you just set it on low, and you don't burn out your motor, and you should be okay. Let's give that a go. Yo! Put this somewhere safe. Alrighty. We'll start making some noise and playing with some toys. That's small, that's weird. This is one that I just got off of, you know, good old Amazon. This is going to be backwards, but it says Polywell. Polywell. 191 pieces, sanding discs, hoop and loop, 1 inch. It's a little 1 inch circle. Bear Boss Lady is in here. What are you doing? Looks awesome, Wowie. Thank you, man. How are you doing? Thanks for popping in. Yes, we are taking our little Chihuahua in tomorrow. I'm going to miss her. Oh, no, woodchucker. Fuck, man. Oh, I'm sorry for swearing. Allie, if you're watching, sorry I swore. That really sucks, brother. Much love to you and your family, woodchucker. Much love to you, Matt. So I'm going to go around and try to get out some of these marks that are just driving me freaking crazy. And because like I said, the first coat on this cloak is a dark forest type of green. And then from there, I'm going to hit it with shady. I have some sparkly turquoisey stuff. And then also little hints and shades of copper paint on the dark green. And it's just a really cool effect. I've done it on everything. Jordy gave me a casting of a green man, and I did it with a dark forest, a lot like what we're using today on, or not today, but on Bing. And then I did the same thing, but I used some brass too, and just light hits gently on the higher spots, you know. And that green man's up in my studio on my wall, up by above my Jabba the Hutt collection, and it looks awesome, man. So I'm just going to do what I've done before, and I know, you know, it looks good, but I know that once you paint a solid color on all of this, every mark and weird little thing will pop out at you, and I know this. It isn't an if. So you really got to do a lot of time, and that's why I've put so much sand into this, but I do not know, like, this is the hardest thing I've ever carved, Little Miss Bing. It is so hard. And I'm not a good enough wood chucker, picker, upper to know, but okay. So let's try out that little thing. Let's see how it sounds. Let's put it on her and see what happens. Oh. Wow, I just eliminated a little spot there right off quick. That was pretty good. But also you gotta be careful, because it'll make a flat spot, and you don't want a bunch of flat spots. But hey, yeah, that just took that out right quick. Let me see right here. Yeah. Yes, it just took it right off. Frick yeah! Okay, so I will be going around. Gotta put my PPE on. Get the frickin' dust box going. We are gonna go give this thing hell, and then afterwards hit it good with the sandy mandrels. Yeah, like right there where I just did that at. Frick me dead. I can already see the little spots that are kind of like, I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see it, but they're like little angular kind of flat spots from the face of that thing. But get a little bit of sanding paper and just go with the flow of the wood, and it doesn't take long at all. Take them away, and now everything is nice and smooth. And Maker's Mark 3. This one here. Make sure I don't hit Bing's face and all that work we did. My wife helps me too. Like, she's gonna paint inside of Bing's mouth. She's just really good with freaking paint and like fantasy stuff. She's one of those people that is like a really good artist and did really good at art in high school, but she won't admit to it. And I swear she should have her own channel, but I call her Spooky Doobie. That's kind of like her art channel, her art name. And sometimes you'll see in my earlier videos, if she helps you with anything, I'll throw up her little, it's a picture of her Halloween one year when she had just finished having an existential breakdown after seeing herself in a mirror. And she was painted up like a skeleton. And she had a flash and saw herself in the mirror and just broke down. And then her Auntie Judy took a picture of her right after she had her meltdown. And it's her. And she looks like she had just had a goddamn, just saw death itself. And so I got a picture of that, and that's what I flash up when I go, Spooky Doobie. Love you, baby. Love ya. Hey, Night Owl's here. Less of them close-ups. It's near my bedtime. How are you doing, man? Yes, Baron Boss Lady says he misses his dog. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I brought that stuff up. We're supposed to be having a happy time here, but you know, I saw that. I'm a member of Matt's channel, and I saw him post and say that he wasn't making any videos this week, so I had to give him the shout out. How you doing, Night Owl? Thank you for coming, man. I know it's super late. Night Owl is tuning in from Ireland, folks, and he's a really good friend, supporter, brother, and artist himself. So if you guys are looking for artists to follow on YouTube, most of the people in this chat have really good channels, and we're all in this together, aren't we, guys? Night Owl says your artwork is outstanding. Well, I wouldn't say that, but I truly appreciate that, man. So is yours, though. So is yours, Aiden. So yeah, that's cool, man. That thing. So we'll do that. We will do that. But like I said, maybe I should just do, before we get into the sanding, I gotta officially round that back part here. Maybe. What happens if I use the edge of this little sander? Let's see. Well, I just hit the side of that bad boy. The part that I didn't, the sharp part I didn't like, and it did it. So I just did that without having to go and do the whole thing with the carving burrs.
So that's cool. One of those work smarter, not harder situations. So that's done. I'm good with that there. Once I hit it with the proper sanding mandrel, now I'll do this part here because I didn't like that. Can you guys see this okay? Yeah, pretty damn nifty. I don't mind that thing. And I think this whole set here on the Amazon was like 20 bucks or something, guys. So I'll put that on my my list of links. Yeah, all the links in the basement, because we're Amazon affiliates. Two Brothers, One Vision. So if you buy something through our link, we get a little bit of credit. Literally just pennies, but it's more of the credit that makes the Amazon algorithm monster, or whatever the hell it is, happy, right? Because we got to make a couple sales a month through it, keep them happy. So it really, really helps even if you just need something totally different off of Amazon. If you go through my link and then go and buy what you need, the fact that you took my link as the doorway in still gives us a little bit of a credit. So that's really, really cool. You know? And really, really, like, we appreciate that in a huge way. And then you could even, like, just think about it. Like, if you're in a couple of days, if you're doing something and you have to order something off Amazon, think of Wowie. Think of 2B1B and just go through, find this live and go through the door. And for this last month, I just got a report, and it said that we had a whole bunch of clicks, but no bounties, so nobody bought anything. I don't think that made them very happy, but I at least got into the program. I made enough sales to get into the program, but since I got into the program, I don't think they've been too happy with me, but I'm doing my best. Like, I'm not going to be a constant used car salesman out there in social media land. I don't want to be that. But, you know, if I'm using the tools, and like with the Kutzall, I will damn well shout them out and help them that way, right? But we're just doing our best to do it our way out here, you know. I'm sorry I just got into talking to you guys while I do this, and I should have my facing thing on, but I'm liking talking to you guys while I do this. It's kind of fun. Hope you guys are enjoying watching me. It's kind of cool to sit back and watch this stuff, you know? Just talking. And you see here I'm really liking that thing. And you got a whole bunch of different grits in there too. This is the 80 right here. But yeah, that's the Polywell. The 191er. Alright? The 1-incher. But because Bing is holding her thing up there, a little light, I had to account for another arm, or it wouldn't look right in my head. So that's why I carved this other little arm on this side, right? See the cuff, right? You had to account for the other little arm, because this is her other little arm holding up the light, holding up the love. Bing. That's what Bing is. He's a light keeper, just like the watchers. Are you starting to see a bit of a message here in our world? I hope so. That's why I do this, to share light and maybe help those out in the storm. That's what Be a Lighthouse is about. And if that's not something to get behind, I don't know what is. Right? Yeah, this thing is like, because I would have went in there with different, like, I would have probably used my Kutzall fine paper and rounded it all first, and then go in afterwards to sand it all off. But this has made it so it's like I've had to cut that step out. But don't get me wrong, Kutzall is the shit, and I would always use it for all my things. But right, this thing here is just, we're fine tuning this now, and I'm gonna paint this prick. Sorry for my cursing. Check the machine. The machine isn't hot. Always do that, folks. When you're doing something like this at a low speed on your rotary tool, always grab a hold of it. Just reach up and grab it. And make sure it's not frickin' burning up. So I've done that before. I did that with this. Whoa, drop that. You see this big one? Before I knew very much about wood carving, I had that going on, and it was on a rotary tool that was like, it didn't have a low setting, so I was going a bit too fast, and that frickin' thing almost lit on fire. I had my headphones on, and when I get going, man, in the groove, I go far away. And it's why I'm a carver, is because it takes me away from my chronic back pain, even just for small, little, tiny, brief times. And so I was away in that place, and this fucking machine was burning up and blowing out this black smoke, a smell like burnt tires. Wow, my God. And it was like smoky in here, but I was in that place. I was just fucking vibing and zoning out, and I had no idea. I had my face mask on, so I couldn't smell the weird smell. Oh, and that was the death of a Dremel 3000. I'm actually running the 3000 again, and I got one in backup. I used to be a big part of the Dremel Maker's Studio, and they always had contests, and we won, like, when we had our good run there, we won like 4. And so we got a bunch of, you know, older Dremels stashed away because we won them. And it's actually what I used. We just had, Kindred Spirits just had a challenge not too long ago, and I donated a cordless Dremel. That's how I got my cordless Dremel, was because I won a contest at the Maker Studio. And so I was just like, hey, you pay it forward, right? Fucking right. It's a great gift. And Amy Jo won it. Woo! What do you see and what do you know? Amy Jo. All right. My God, my poor my neighbors. They know I'm out here carving, but they don't know anything else of what I'm doing, so they probably just think, what the fuck is happening in that house? They probably think I'm crazy. Like, who am I talking to? Oh, man. Am I so happy? I just looked at this. It was because of Matt Cars, right? That's where I saw this machine on. And today, when I saw his post about his puck, it made me think of this thing. In that weird way that your brain connects things. I thought, fucking right, so I'm going to try it. There, so I swore it. You guys don't know yet. My regular talking, I got a bit of the sailor mouth. I got it from my mama. Love you, Ma. Fucking love you. Okay, enough of that. But yeah, I do my best. I don't ever swear in my maker videos and stuff, but whoa. Okay. I'm going to have to turn on the old dust collector here for a little bit, folks. Who knows what this wood is. I could be like hurting myself here. Yo! Rick Smith is here. Jordy is here. Hello. How you doing, sir? So is here. Creation Dust is here. My goodness. I'm just going off here rambling and all this is happening. Hello, everybody. Hello, Jordy. Hello, Josh. Hello. Thank you for coming.
No, you can't see me. No, you can't see me. Carbon Fusion in the house. From Trees and These. Rick Smith is here. Did I say that? There she is. Thank you so. Thank you all, man. Thank you all for tuning in. I know it's not the most interesting thing what I'm doing, but it's that stuff that you got to do it. You got to do it to it. Every carving this time comes. Okay, I will put on. Whoa, yeah, like see that? That's not be good. You don't want to breathe that in, Wowie. Let's just cut this off right frickin' here. All right, we're putting it on. I'm sorry about that, folks. Got to do the Carbon Fusion spider check. Nope, no spideys. Okay, I'll still try and talk a bit, but it's going to be a bit muffled. All right. Burr sanding machine. Yes! Yes! That's what I like!
this little baby and put on a finer grit. Just carve Rob. How you doing, brother? Put on a 240 grit now that we're in the finishing stage. Kindred. There we go. It's set on low, so it's pretty good. And the other one that I'm using, this one is a Peter Blair sanding machine, so it's stronger. Okay. Hello! Jesus!
Woo! My goodness! Oh ho ho! Yo! Here, let's fix that a little bit there. Let me just get caught up with everybody. Thanks for watching, folks. Oh, if you're just tuning in, I'm Wowie. Wowwy'z Workshop. This is Little Miss Bing here. And Bing is in the final stages. Oh, my goodness.
Well, that really helped, because I could have, and I see spots. I see spots that I've created for myself. But I'll just finish it off with the Peter Blair, this one here. And so that when you saw me giving her, it's because this motor here, I don't know what size it is, but it's about 2 times bigger than a Dremel motor. And that's what he made this sander. It spins opposite way, and it's just a crazy creation. And Pete didn't know if it was even gonna work for very long or whatever. Because that's what the whole mad scientist thing is. And I said, frick, I'll try it out. Sorry, since I'm standing here and talking about it, I just love sanding things, guys. I got OCD and the sanding of a piece just totally vibes with my OCD, and I just go crazy, as you can see. Anyways, whoa, that's a strong one. I don't know what sorry about that. I don't know what motor that is, but he made it. I appreciate it, and I use it all the time. So it's like my main sander, and then I use my little, it's a Black & Decker RTX. It's an orange machine, there you see. And that's what I use as my main sander, or not my main sander, my secondary sander, sorry. And it has a low setting, which it just works. It's like a perfect low setting for sanding, and that I don't have to always figure it out on the Dremel 30 that I had, 3000 that I burnt out last time. So yeah, I'm just kind of like one of those people that finds something that works and just sticks with it. I'm an old sap that way. Tried and true, as they say. Sorry, there was one more thing right there that I had to, you fricker, you get off. Your time has come. It's like a weird, when your carving burr kind of catches and makes a little ding deep down in there. And you know what, guys? Like, that, you might notice that Bing here is riddled with holes, but that's because that's all going to be filled with crystals, right? And you guys know that, most of you. And she's going to hold a crystal LED bulb that I have that I bought special. And it's just going to be so cool. And in the end, I have a special copper chain here. And this little copper chain here, it was made specifically. I carved her properly, specifically. And that's going to be shortened, mind you, but she's going to be holding one of my brother's copper brass creations. And she's holding it up, and it's going to hang here. And then we got a base for her downstairs. Down on the floor here that I'm going to probably end up having to sand in the closing of this session, because there's still more of that to do. This thing, man, this has taken a lot. A lot of freaking work to bring her to the vision that we originally had, right? Mike is Making Stuff is here. Hello, Mike is Making Stuff. What it do? Josh, Creation Dust 777. If you guys have seen, good night all you awesome people out there, and a big thanks to Wowwy'z Workshop. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Simon Breeds. Thank you, sir, for the amazing gift. Look at you guys. Look at everybody chiming in now. Simon sent this from Germany, you guys. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to hang it up at the end of this episode. But if Simon is going to bed, maybe I'll just make the special video for you, buddy. When it's all hung up and stuff. Maybe it'll go that way, because it's going to be hard to get this rigmarole. But thank you, Simon. That is so awesome. Sign it. Simon Breeds. All the way from Germany. Look at that glittery, cool hair, eh, guys? Pretty nice, eh? Yes, Simon. Give the props to Simon, guys. Everybody's saying it's awesome, because it is. It's beautiful, man. And I'm so proud to be able to put this into the Hall of Creation. Man, I don't know where that comes from. Whew. I would like to know where that voice comes from. All kidding aside, Simon, thank you, sir. You're a hell of a man. And just keep creating your magic. You're really, really awesome. I love your style. You'll always have Wowwy'z support. Much love. Sophie's still in there? Bear is asking, hey, so, you still here? So, Just Carve Rob, how are you doing, Just Carve Rob? Oh, just messing around with a fresh knife. I just put a handle on. Awesome. I watched your hillbilly carve video this morning, Rob. Great job. Like I said in my comments, I commented on your video too, Rob, this morning. Haha. I try and support everybody, because I really, really do. And yeah, like I said in the comments, Rob, every time I leave your channel, I know more about carving, and I truly mean that. And that's a wicked, wicked thing that you can do. It's like a magic power, being an artist and being able to create something, bring it into this world, and then being able to share your process. That's a real gift, you know. That's what I love about this whole YouTube deal. You know, this is all about sharing gifts. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. Pablo Picasso said that. Laugh out loud, man. I wish I did laugh out loud. Echo, 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 echo. Do I got an echo? Oh, all of creation. Yes, the Hall of Creations. It's a beautiful place. Sorry you missed a bit. Yeah, so you came in at the end there. Yes, hit that like button. What are we at? 31? 31 likes for a Wowwy. That's pretty darn good. Hey? I ain't kicking that one out of bed. Oh, shouldn't say that stuff. Shouldn't say that stuff. Chon. Yes, Sophie knows, because her Be a Lighthouse, Green Person with Friend, that was an old Kindred Spirits. It was Carving Fusion World Wood Carvers at that time, I believe. And we had a challenge, and it was the Green Man and Friend Challenge. And you had to carve a green man or a green lady, a green bean, and it had to have some type of little friend that it was interacting with. And wicked challenge. So many amazing things were carved and created. And So made one, and it's just this beautiful green lady, half face, and it goes, and she has some little chipmunks and some little pine cone, or no, chipmunks and, what is it called? The little nuts. Anyways, it's an amazing piece, and it says Be a Lighthouse and much love. She burnt it on there for Wowwy and sent it to us. So in the Hall of Creation, right when I turn and I'm going down the stairs, the final set of stairs into my house, into my day, every day, it's right up there on my stairwell, and I look at it, and you know, give it one of them, give it one of those. So, thank you. It's a beautiful Sophie. You did a wonderful job on that. Yes, Electric Whittler knows. Yeah, they hit those hearts, man. Bing, 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 bing. 600 members now. Oh, did I get a couple subs? Well, that's pretty good. 600 guys. That's gotta be a, hey, that's everybody hit that goddamn party thing. Bing, 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 a ding-a-ling. We hit 600. Thank you, guys. And welcome for the new folks. Welcome, man. I hope you have fun here. We'll always give you the best at Wowwy'z Workshop and Two Brothers, One Vision. That's what this stands for, folks. Two Brothers, One Vision. Okay? Yeah, 600, Mike. I'm slowly getting there, buddy. It's been a slow crawl for old Wowwy. Me and my mom were talking about it, and it was like, I was like, Mom, I'm not, you know, I don't play into the hate. I don't play into drama. I'm kind of a black sheep in that way, that I wear my feelings on my sleeve. I'm kind of like a big, gentle giant. And that's not for everybody. So it's a little bit of a slower climb for Wowwy, because we're looking for the gems, right? Each one of you are one of those gems that I speak of. Wowwy's Wonders. That's who you are when you're a sub here. You're a wonder. You're a part of our family. And so it's a bit slower, you know, because I know a lot of people are like, fuck this guy, you know, to talk about much love and this and that, you know, in this world. Well, this world needs that.
and I'll always be that. That's who I am. And so, welcome to our family. Right? Isn't that right, guys? Do you agree? We got enough hate in this world, man. We don't need that. Genuine Wowie, that's right, says Creation Dust. Thank you, sir, and you too are genuine, Josh. The world could certainly use some more of that. Yes, that's true. It's true, the Electric Whittler. And you, sir, you're one fine lighthouse yourself. And speaking of lighthouse, let me just see here. If I can do this without breaking anything, Jesus. Sorry, I said it again. I'm really trying not to say that. Okay. I don't want you guys to go away bored because I'm just sanding this frickin' burl. So, if you guys are okay for hanging out a little bit, it's 17 after 3. I usually try and go to 2 hours, okay? I don't see why we just don't bang off a little watch or two while we're here. If you guys are okay with hanging out. I know I have to. Like what I'm going to do after this and what you guys may not see after I go over and re-sand one more time after I did all that, because I can see little spots where I got flat spots now from that frickin' thing. Oh, wowie. You just do it to yourself, don't you? But I'm going to tape off her face completely. I'll get the tape, I'll cut nice clean edges and butt them in there, and I'll do a strip. So I'm right in that little space in there. So none of that cloak paint gets on little bing, right? And then I'll also tape off right here. And then I'm gonna hit it with the first hit of the dark forest green. And so what I'm thinking is I might do that on live. I haven't decided yet, but when you guys come back next time, she's either gonna have the green cloak or she's gonna be all taped up, and we're gonna all paint it together out in the yard. Okay, and I don't know what's gonna happen. So that might be actually pretty exciting to tune into. I don't know what you guys think. Hey. Is there a lot of fun? You can even put a light in it. Yes, the washers. I do. My washers inside. They hold. I wire them. So I got 2 washers inside that are lamps, and they hold. I use this little tiny fire flicker bulb that's in Labra. You guys know who Labra is? The candlewood spirit. So that little fire, I have washers inside that are holding that. I got 2. Yep. They're the big guys. But yeah, these little ones, I want that to kind of be, when you see that watcher or one like that, that's the Wowie watcher. That's the Wowwy'z Workshop watcher. And I just kind of want that to be our one of our things, What is it called? A calling card? Something. I gotta take a drink of water here. Oh, I'm just gonna drop. So what I learned after that last watcher is that I really like to flare out the hood there and give more shape up here, and then it goes in like that. Sorry, I'm just going to draw that on there quick because I trust my initial instincts until I don't on live TV. And when you cut these things in, you really want to try and make it symmetrical. Like, there's also a way what you can do with paper. I'll show it. I'll show you. It's one of my little tricks. But you can do a thing like take some paper, and then you fold it in half, right? Get your little piece, and then it's like, okay, I want one. It's the middle. You get the middle along the edge, and you just say, okay, I want my hood to be this shape. You draw it on,
I'm just doing this quick. Get your general shape on there, and then just cut that out, right? Just like making the old snowflakes in school, right? But I'll do this when I'm making washers and things, just because I want everything to be symmetrical all the time, right? That's a really easy way to do something like this, and then not mind F yourself to death trying to get them symmetrical. That's just a little trick. And I've done that on a big washer. I did this. And it's also, you do it for down here. And it just cuts a lot of time off of like second guessing yourself, right? So why not practice what you preach, Wowie? We're going to use this guide on this washer. Yeah, I'll just bang off a quick washer because I figured out some ways to do it a lot quicker in my head than I did last time. And yeah, that'll be a good little show for today, I would say. I hope you agree. Happy day. Behind the bed. There we go. Oh, Wowie. So yeah, so what I'll do, now I gotta take away the mess. Okay, so we're going out wider there, that's the, we'll go to the wider spot, because that'll be the paper. Okay, you see how it's a little bit wider out there around the head. It gives you a little bit more space to go in back, because that's the cloak, right? And then these two, like, you would think to make them the exact same, but the top one's a little bit bigger because you got to make the spot there where it's holding, right? So when I sized everything out, that was one thing that I did notice, that the top piece, we'll call that the piece, the top bit is a bit bigger than the bottom. But I already got it drawn on there. I don't have to make another one of these things for you guys. I just wanted to show you. It's what I do, right? And that's what this is all about. I'm sharing the ways I do it. And then, just to take off, like to shape all of this really, really quickly, and take off, you know, a couple edges here. If you notice, right here, on either side of the hood, I make these little tiny black spots right here. These are these little dips that you put on there because it defines that that's where the head is. And then I do it on the back too. And I'll cut that out just with my Kutzall Extreme. We'll just go zing, 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 make a little hump, a little dip in there, and zing, 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 and it just gives shape to the hood, right? And that shape, and then you do it back here. So you figure out where, okay, if the head's there, the back of the neck is about right here. So right in there, bing, bing, bing. See, I got those lines there? I'll take that out. And just doing those little things, those little steps, it really, really adds to it. So it's not just a rounded, you know what I'm saying? All right. Okay, well, I'll get this little thing. Really, really good, these little pads. I'm going to have to sand, you know, the spots that I can see now from the flatness, but all of those, like, really, really deep gouges and maker's marks on Bing, it fixed that up right quick. Okay, we'll just put little Bing back here, where she's safe. So, for the washer, I am going to start... And you be very careful with this, folks. The Kutzall Extreme Taper, you see that bad boy? That thing, and especially like the stuff I'm going to do, when you're doing shit like this and you're working around here, you got to be careful because that thing wants to go zing. It wants to grab that edge and blah! Whoa! I hope I didn't just cut myself. Jesus. But yeah, you have to be really, really careful because it wants to kind of grab on, and just doing the top edges, a little bit of blood, that don't hurt nobody. Be really, really careful when you're doing that stuff. Okay? That's what I was trying to say when I injured my own self. But yeah, last time I was doing this, I just noticed that with this Kutzall extreme taper, and then once I get the spots cut in, I'm going to switch over to this tiny Kutzall ball in fine. And that, what I'll do to go in and like this spot here on either side, and just get in there and take the material out quick. And as well as underneath here, I just go in there and you take that material out quick. And I'm just going to watch this for reference. And it's going to like turn the, well, I've got blood on the watch now. Okay. Just let me put some of that. Where's that goddamn painter's tape? Here we go. Oh, you gotta love live TV. That's funny. You cut yourself when you're like pretending to cut yourself. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay. PPE, doing the old Part Confusion spider check. See if there's any questions here, but if I do that, created a Josh Watcher, love the Watcher, says Just Card Rob. That's awesome, Just Card Rob. Thank you. A pattern can help a lot. Yes, sir, it can. The Electric Whittler said that's a good tip. I usually struggle with a pencil, but I feel like it's okay if I just give up. I need one of those. Those are aggressive. Yes, Creation Dust. It'll chew your knuckles off. That's right. If it catches and it runs up your arm, it's not nice. Yes, indeed, carving is a blood sport sometimes. Yes, it is. God damn it. No, I didn't mean the middle finger, you guys. Whew. Well, now it is literally blood, sweat, and tears. Alrighty. Let's carve a watcher. Is that good? That'll work. Okay, now for some noise. Glasses. Like that. Yoo-hoo! Kutzall! Yoo! Okay. Sorry, I get took it away there. Go far away place. Far away places. Thinking about all sorts of crazy things. So yeah, you see, that damn bad boy took me darn almost like the whole thing last time. And you see, we kicked her up, so that took maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes of carving now? What would you say? Who's leaving? See you later, Sophie. Good night, Sophie. Have a good evening. Or are you going, Josh? Good night. Good night. Hey, 777. Josh, I would like to... The Watcher Challenge is coming up. I challenge you to make a chainsaw sized and light it up. Electric bulb. Floodlight. Make that guardian, man. I know you can do it, sir. I would love to see bigger versions of this. It would be like a dream come true. I want to see them everywhere. Good night. Yes, that would be cool, eh, Matthew? I know he could do it. I saw him one time. I think it was the very first Creation Dust video that I found. And he did a mushroom and he lit it up with a lamp hardware, and I loved it. And then when I found that, I was like, yeah, this is my kind of stuff. And so right then I became a member of the channel, and I've always been admiring his work ever since. A 7-foot tall watcher, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it though? And like, you know, with the face, just the smooth face and the light shining up. And the ones that I made into lamps inside, I put copper leaf on one of their faces, and it reflects the lamp light, the fire. It reflects it, and it's a beautiful thing. Well, I think it is. It's my Forest Watcher, and I have a Maker's video for the Forest Watcher in my in the Maker's video playlist. There's the hook that stands for hope for my brother. Much love, Darren. We're all thinking of you, man. Let me hit some hearts for my brother here. So yes. So in about a quarter of the time today, I've gotten this guy this far. And see, yesterday, or last week, sorry, we got this guy. And see, the foot is a lot more delicate, you'll see. But this is how it happens, right? God, that frickin' bright light. But this is how it happens. You gradually bring it out of the wood. You take your vision and you bring it forward. And it's cool to see that we got a lot of people watching right now, because I want this message out there. These are sentinels. These are guardians. These are a wood spirit that are out there protecting man. The original watchers in the books of Enoch were the fallen angels, but these aren't. These are guardians and keepers. Keepers of the light. Just let me hit a couple little spots there. There's bug in my eye. Give that a little hit there. Oh, I just love sanding is probably my favorite part of carving, to tell you the truth. I just love it. So yeah, I probably won't get this one finished today, but we got a good jump on it, and I got to show you, how you can just easily block one out and bring it on forward. And what I'll do is I'm going to get the Kutzall fine taper, and on either side of the face there, I'm going to work its way in with the tip of that, and then push back this way. And so I go in from either side, right? Sorry about that light. And you push back and away and in from the face. And that'll create that little hood. And as you do that, you slowly just round the watcher face while you're putting in that little tiny,
because it's the little tiny pops of shadow. That is what is your magical, your magic. Sorry, but that's your magic as a carver. Little pops of shadow. The shadow play can make your whole piece, and you just use that shadow to your advantage. Make it look haunting. Make it look, you know, and with just a little bit of an uppercut right in there, right? With that little burr, you can achieve that. So that's what I'll be doing with this one, right? You see that? And then underneath here, underneath the chin, you go back in these two spots, and you go, and as you go back there and carve it away, it creates the neck. I know you can't really see, well, there you can see it. You see that? And it isn't like, it doesn't take a lot of skill. You just go on either side and follow the little track that you create, and then the neck will come forward. Isn't that neat? Watchers. So I will finish those guys up probably, maybe next week, but, oh, sorry, you guys can't really see what I'm talking about there. There we go. Maybe next week we'll continue on there, because it's fun to have a little bit of watcher time, I think anyways. And then, yes, I'm going to use these little watchers to, I'm going to use them as gifts to give back to people. So the people are so kind that send things to our channel. And like Mr. Breeds today, Mr. Simon Breeds today, you know, like, look at that beautiful creation. I'm so blessed to have friends like you guys. I really am. As well as Darren and Two Brothers One Vision. You guys are like family to us. And I was going to close the show before I said let's go and hang that up at the end. So what do you guys say? Should we go rogue? Break all the rules and go inside and hang that fricker up in the hall. In the hall of creation. Shun, shun. How's that for closing off the show? Do you guys want to do that? Okay. Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go inside and hang it up. Okay, so I gotta take this out very gently and then unlock this. Okay. Okay, we got Simon's thing here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try this. I'm sorry if something's... That's right, rules are made to be great. Yes, I love the Hall of Creations. Thank you for the prayers for Darren, Josh. We really appreciate it. And like I said, sir, they're very much needed. Okay, so I know I can probably take this down a tiny bit. Wow. Look at all you amazing people out there. Wowwy'z wonders. You are? Okay, well, let's go this way. Oh shit, that was Bing. Okay. Yeah, there's my lords. I didn't know how hot I would get. So I had that hanging on the door in case I had to change. Okay. We're gonna go inside. Okay, guys. We are now in Wowwy'z home. And I can show you, look at over here. These light up. Since we're in here, I'll show you. So, I don't have, this is Darren's copper lantern that he has made out of scrap pipe. That big leaf, that's one big piece of pipe.
These are beautiful, you guys. And I basically have the only ones that exist now. And they light up. It's got a big crystal in there. And then down here, that's the Forest Watcher. You see? And she's got a copper face. And the little light lights it up. And then here she's holding a rosary, but instead of a cross, it's a tiny copper leaf. Because nature is her religion. And it has static grass on the bottom. That's the static grass that I'm going to be using on Bing. You see how it like stands up like moss? Yeah, this is all static grass. So that's what's going to be on Bing. And Bing's cloak will be, you know, not exactly like this color, but with that kind of glisten. That's that little tiny hits of copper, just to give it a little bit, so it'll be like this, but over a dark green. Okay, so that is the Forest Watcher. This here is a stump. This is a root ball that I dug out of the ground. And then I have woven beach glass sections. My wife has little things shoved in it and stuff, but yeah, it's the root ball of a tree. And so I dug it all out, and it was rotted, and I dug it out, and then I dried it for a year, and then I hollowed it all out. And then inside of here I put copper leaf, and then used a light bulb inside of that, an LED light, and so it looks like it's fire because it's all glowing. Oh, actually that's a fire bulb, watch. There you go. So that's a fire LED bulb. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys that. This is a very, very special Wowwy'z sanction. Look at here. From Danny Dan Braven, our friend in the Netherlands. There's his angel that I commissioned. Much love to you, Danny. If you ever watch this. Okay, so now we're going to go into the Hall of Creations. Now, I do have to mention that on our land, I'll get the stupid sandals off. On our landing, if you see it or not, I don't know if you'll see it, but actually I could probably make it so you won't see it. So you have these little, okay, I want you guys to see what it looks like going up the stairs. Ooh, this is the Hall of Creations. See, all of the things. There's So's Be a Lighthouse. And we got, there's Tim Wright's Woody there. We got Christopher's Creations. Down below, oh man, we have Amy Jo's. This is Amy Jo's painting here. I'm sorry. This is one of ours, Two Brothers, One Vision, with the copper feather. That's our dark crystal mystic. And then Tim Black made us a Skeksis to go with it. But this is the Hall of Creations. So let's see. And up here are all of our antler crowns that we've made that are in videos, music videos, and they all have wands and stuff. That's the Dreamcatcher one up there. That's never been featured in a photo shoot yet. That's all woven copper, you guys. And they're foundling antlers. There was no harm in making any of this art. Okay, so I'm thinking Christopher's Creations. This is the one that we just put up, the lighthouse, the little one. And I've been looking at this spot right here, and I think that's a perfect spot for Simon's. Let's just see. Yeah, right there. Okay, so I gotta make a mental note where I just had this little teeny. Okay, let's do that again. Yeah, right there. So don't know, right about there. I'll leave that, okay. You know, just put this here. Very careful. Okay, let me see. Make sure I match that angle. You gotta match the angle. Okay? And I would say that angle's about like that. Don't you fall off. Right like that. Okay. Yo! Let's just have a little zoom in there. There she be. There she be, guys. There's Simon's piece up in the Hall of Creations. Ah, it's gonna be cherished. I want you guys to see, like, there's that there. I got a whole bunch down here. And we got Hubert, the Bright Art. Look at the nose on that. That's the two brothers on Vision. We got all sorts of stuff here. Oh, yeah, now it's gonna. There we go. And then down here we got a Kevin Lewis piece. Frick it, man. Frick it. These rules. Kevin Lewis, Wood Spirit, Amy Jo. This is a book, The Way of the Warrior. Awesome, hey? This here is a rattle that I made out of a burl. All woven copper, woven grip. Nobody's seen that before. All sorts of stuff, guys, in the Hall of Creations. Chris Carberry. And here's my Bigfoot. And then our very, very early gnome home here. And this is from Carl from the UK, a great friend. Oh, there's Amy Jo's painting. And then we got BAP here. We got Ben's Studio on the Lake right here. We got BAP right here, sorry. We got Dot. Got Jordy Johnson right here. Oh, sorry. Can you see it? Right there, Mr. Weirdo. Look at what we got here. I just carved Rob Bigfoot. There he is, Rob. A little bit dusty, but I just love him. Thank you, Rob. And then here is this burl owl that my brother and I made. One of my very, very early carves. But the eyes, it looked like an owl, so I left it, but I gold leafed it. And then the beak is a real sea snail that I electroformed. And then Darren made a copper leaf, or a copper feather, sorry. And that was one of our very, very first collaborations when I started carving. And that burl, that piece of driftwood just looked like an owl to me, so we brought it forward. Okay, guys, well, that was the Hall of Creations. Hope you guys like that. Hey, Lawrence, how you doing, man? Here, guys, I'll just put you in here proper so I can give it a proper send-off. Hope you guys like that little tour. Whew. Oh, sweaty wowie, Jesus. And thank you guys, everybody, for being here today. That was a pretty fun one, I'd say. How'd we do? 35 likes? That's pretty good for a wowie. So folks, please, before you leave, double tap the screen, do what you gotta do. Give the algorithm hamster its little pellet for the day. Get it off Wowwy's back so I can sleep peacefully. And thank everybody for being here, man. And again, thank you to Simon Breeds for his
beautiful gift and being part of our family and the Hall of Creation. Shun, shun, shun. Hey, Plywood, you're rolling in right at the end, brother. Woodchucker, thank you, friend. Thank you from Trees to These. Hello, Plywood. I was hoping that you'd come by, sir. Been missing you, man. It's always 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock Pacific on Wednesday. That's wowie. Thank you, Josh. I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging in, man. Big time. Like, you don't know how much you mean to old Wowie. I hope everybody has a great night, and I'll be here again next week, I promise. I'm a proud supporter and moderator for you, buddy. Love you. Hey, I love you too, sir, and thank you for doing that for me. I really appreciate it. We were a little bit low on the mod squad today. I know Amy Jo is super busy. My brother is feeling like hell. Wheels has been battling with migraines. He's in the UK, and this is really late for him. Spike is another moderator, and he's been having a hard time too, and it's very late for him. So thank you. Yes, you were here and you stood by me. I really appreciate that, brother. So to everybody, there is no YouTube without you. And that was another episode of WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. Much love, everybody. Good night, good morning, wherever it is. May this find you with blessings. Wowie out.